What's up, guys? Welcome to my new YouTube channel. I've been getting a lot of questions about fitness, real estate, and why I'm stepping away from tattooing. I asked you guys to send in questions, so let's answer them. The first question is, what kind of fitness and meal prep plans do you follow? So when I first got serious with my fitness, I hired a coach. I did that because I got to a point where I no longer thought that I could take myself to the next level. So I hired someone that knew what they were doing, could give me a meal plan, count my macros, and give me workout routines. After that, once I got my body to a point where I liked it, I kind of started implementing my own things, found out what worked best with my body, switched up my diet just a little bit to certain foods that made me feel better. I think that if you're just starting, you definitely should get a coach, someone that knows what they're doing. I worked out for so many years and didn't get the progress or the results that I wanted until I hired somebody that knew exactly what they were doing. So that would be my advice. I go back and forth about deleting social media so much these days, but then I think maybe it's the people that I have on my social media. How do you filter your social media or deal with this situation? So it's definitely the people on your social media. Think about it this way. People that go to work and hate the people or dislike, or they work with negative people all day. You're surrounded by them constantly. You're stuck in that environment. You're with them hours and hours and hours a day. It's just like social media. If you're on there constantly, then and you're seeing people or negative stuff, comments, posts, watching, taking in isn't inspiring you, helping you be creative, giving you motivation, then it's going to drain you. So what I would do and what I've done personally is I would mute people. If they're like your friends, family, and you don't want to offend them, you can mute them. I would delete, block. I would go to my For You page and I would click on things that I'm not interested in and click not interested. And then I would just keep clicking on stuff that I am interested on so my algorithm changes. That's what I've personally done, and it works. I do think that it's the people that are on your social media or that you're following, and you can change that. I think that if you don't want to do that, you can get on there and you can post and ghost, and you don't have to worry about reading comments or looking at anybody's negative feedback or looking at anybody's stuff. You could just post whatever you want to post, your content, and then you can get off of it. Go on there, post your content, and then get off of it. So I definitely think it's the people that you follow, because Instagram should be used for motivation, inspiration, your creative space. So definitely the people that you follow or the algorithm that's set up to your specific Instagram, but you can definitely change that. And I think once you do, everything else will change. How do you go about balancing personal life and business? So I personally don't think there's such thing as balance. I think that if you're a high achiever, you have big goals, big ambitions, there's no such thing as balance. It's going to come with a lot of sacrifice. I do think that later on in business, you're able to buy back some of your time by delegating, hiring people, and you get some of your time back, but you'll always be putting out fires and working on the business. But later on in business, you'll be working on the business and not in the business, which does allow you to have a little bit more free time. I personally don't sacrifice two things in my life: time with my wife and time with my kids. I will wake up early to go to the gym at 4 a.m, not because I want to go, but because my kids are still sleeping, my wife's still sleeping, and I'm able to spend time with them and be present with them and work on my business for the rest of the day. Those two things I don't sacrifice, but I do sacrifice a lot of other things in my life just so I can grow my personal self and my business. And balance just really isn't a thing if you're trying to achieve something big or you have big goals, big ambitions. I don't see balance being a thing. How do you work through those seasons when nothing seems to be going your way? My wife and I were just talking about this. I think that you learn the most in failures or when things aren't going your way. You learn way more lessons through failure than you do through the wins, right? So I also think that it gets harder before it gets better. So if things aren't going my way, which happens all the time in business, then I just look at it like something good is coming. You keep pushing, you keep going through, and something good is coming. So tons of people will quit right before they get to the good stuff. Things won't line up, it gets hard, and then they quit. But if they would have just kept going a little bit longer, everything was on the other side of where they gave up. I think that you have to just keep pushing. I think that things get harder before they get better, and I think that the battles come before the blessings. So just keep pushing. It's part of it. You learn the most when things don't go your way, and you have to learn the lessons. But I promise, if you keep going, everything you desire is on the other side of that. How do you stay dialed in when your internal self wants to not work out or eat junk food? Besides knowing you'll feel better if you do, how do you manage the inner no and turn it to a yes. The biggest confidence builder is doing the things you told yourself you would do. If you tell yourself you're going to go to the gym, just go to the gym. If you tell yourself that you're going to eat healthy, then just eat healthy. You're human. You're not going to be perfect. But the more times you do the things that you told yourself you're going to do, it gets easier and easier and easier. You get more confident, and you just start stacking, compounding, and it becomes just part of your day and part of your life. I think so many people get wrapped up in eating stuff that they don't like because they think that that's what they have to do to get to their goal. I personally love everything I eat. I have catered my meal plan to all the foods that I love, but I count my calories and I count my macros. And I don't even do that anymore because I eat the same thing every single day, and I don't mind it because I love the food that I eat. As far as the gym goes, there are some days that I don't want to go, but I don't let motivation be the driving factor. I let discipline. I also have people at the gym that I work out with that hold me accountable. So if you're having trouble waking up and going to the gym, or saying you're going to go to the gym, try finding a gym partner. Try finding someone that's going to be there, so when your alarm goes off or whatever, you know that they're waiting for you and they'll hold you accountable. There's days that I don't want to go, but I know that my friends are there waiting on me. They're going to show up, so I show up. But for the most part, I don't have a problem with that. I just do the things I told myself I was going to do. I am human, and there's more times that we don't want to do something than we do want to do something, especially when it's hard. But that's when discipline comes in. You work more off discipline than motivation, then it gets easier. So just do it. Just tell yourself you're going to go, and go. Get a gym partner, eat foods that you like, and keep it simple. Faith in your testimony. So just to give you a little background, I grew up in a religious household. I went to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. I was baptized as a kid, not really understanding what was going on, but I did it because that's what we did. As I got older, I kind of formed my own opinions and just went about my life working on myself and my career and focusing on that, traveling the world, just trying to be the best artist. And I didn't really focus on faith, right? I would say probably about 3 to 4 years ago, I was really getting into my health and fitness. This is when my daughter was first born, and I just wanted to be the best version of me possible. So I did a 3-day fast just for the health benefits. And during that fast, I was finding myself praying, talking to God, and just forming and building this relationship with Him just organically without even realizing it. The 3rd day after I came out of my fast, the first meal that I ate, my wife came in the kitchen and saw me praying over my food. And she asked me, "Are you praying over your food?" And I was like, yeah, I don't know what happened. I feel this connection. I've been praying, I've been talking to God, and I've been forming this relationship with Him. So that was really the beginning of my newfound faith in doing it on my own, doing it because I wanted to, not because this is what my parents did or because my parents told me to. It was my own relationship I was building with God. Since then, I've just been deep in my faith, and I've been studying, and I've been asking questions, and I've been feeling His presence more than ever. And yeah, I love it. I'm super excited to keep learning and growing. And I just got baptized a few months ago, and it was a beautiful experience. So yeah. What would you now tell yourself in 2010? So in 2010, I just moved to California. I was traveling the world, taking seminars, putting myself in rooms with people that were better than me, and just trying to get better at my craft. But if I could tell myself anything, it would be invest sooner, invest my money sooner, and invest in myself sooner. So as tattooers, we have the potential to make great money. It comes quick and it can go quick. But if you put it in the right places and have it work for you, it can compound and you can be way better off when you're done tattooing. If I could do anything sooner, it would be invest my money. Biggest piece of advice for someone looking to get into real estate investing. So I spent years on YouTube looking at real estate investing, development, everything I could, and it was all very surface level. It wasn't until I hired a mentor where everything changed. So I always recommend to hire a mentor when looking to get into anything. Hire someone that has done what you're looking to do and has the knowledge, and you pay them to give you 10, 20, 30 years of experience and collapsed time so So it takes you a shorter amount of time to get from A to B. I think that hiring a mentor is everything. It builds your confidence because you have someone you can reach out to. You can call them, you can ask questions, you can go to them with anything. They teach you exactly what they've done and how they've done it, and they tell you how to avoid mistakes so you don't make the same mistakes that they did. So I have mentors for business, fitness mentor, real estate mentors. I always recommend hiring a mentor. How would you recommend a stay-at-home mom try to get into real estate? So the majority of the people that I know that are in real estate all have 9-to-5 jobs. I know more of them than people that are in it full-time. So it's definitely possible. It just depends on what you're doing in real estate. I would say the best way to go about it is possibly either hiring a mentor that can show you, or you can partner with someone who's already in real estate. But tons of people are doing it, and it's definitely possible. The question everyone's been asking: how hard was it for you to make the decision to give up on tattooing? Also, congrats on your transformation. Thank you, bro. So the decision to stop tattooing was extremely easy. I knew when I started tattooing, I wasn't gonna do it forever. And I've been tattooing for 18 years. I've traveled the world. I met some amazing people, so many great clients, and I gave it everything I had. I just don't wanna give up any more time than I have to with my family. And having a style like I do in tattooing is extremely demanding. If you wanna stay at the top of tattooing, it's extremely demanding. I tattoo all day, and then I go home and I draw all night. And I don't want to miss any opportunities with my family or my daughter coming up to me asking me to dance or go play, go outside, do whatever, and I have to draw and tell her no, which I won't do. So that's why I decided to stop. It's one of the reasons I decided to stop. It just doesn't serve me anymore, and that's the biggest reason. So I chose to do something that will allow me free up a little bit more time. And the times that I do have to work and she's present, she's able to come to job sites with me, come wherever with me, and it's not a problem like it would be if she was just chilling at a tattoo studio. So the decision was extremely easy. I'm extremely grateful for tattooing. It's provided a beautiful life for myself and my family, and I've met so many great people. I will definitely miss the clients and the people that I've met and the new people that I constantly meet, but tattooing in general doesn't serve me anymore, and I'm super excited for this next step. I'd like to know, at what point was the decision made to let go of the shop? So I decided to let go of the shop the same time that I decided to stop tattooing. I knew that if I had one foot in the shop and one foot into my real estate business, neither one of them would scale the way that I wanted them to. So I decided to burn all the boats, let go of one, and go all in on what I wanted to do, which is real estate, building homes, and investing, and seeing where that takes me instead of doing both. Giving 50% to both things would never work like giving 100% to one thing. So I decided, let go of one, go all in on the other, and see where I can take. Thank you guys for all the questions and all the support over the years. Stick around, subscribe to the channel. There'll be plenty of videos. Love you guys so much. Peace.